Hey there, it's Bridget here. I hope that you're well. This training is about activating the reality that you want to be living, or activating the vision that you want to be living that includes the reality that you want to be living. And so if you haven't already written down one or two paragraphs that describes the reality you want to be living, you definitely want to do that. You can either stop the video now, or you can do it when you're done. But when we are creating a life that we want to be living, we create a reality that we want to be engaging in. We can tap into and invite spirit to guide that process. When we do that, when we combine a vision of what we want with clear communication to and with spirit, it's a total win-win, because there's enough motivation and vision that comes from the inside of you, coupled with allowing, inviting, and being in relationship with a force that can guide the process, that it becomes really easy to move along and to legitimately actualize all of the things that you need to live and thrive in the reality that you want. And so it starts by writing down what you want, which can sometimes be a challenge because we are often taught not to want. We're taught not to put our own needs first. And so you may need to get over the hurdle of wanting. And if you need to get over the hurdle of wanting, that's totally okay. First thing you're going to do is write down a list of 10 things that you want. It might feel awkward, it might feel uncomfortable, it might be hard to get it out on the paper, but you'll do it. And once you do that, pick 5 of those things that you want and write down why you deserve to have them, or why you believe you can have them. Once again, it might feel awkward. You might hit on some things inside that run deep. Do it anyway. When you write down or say out loud what you want and why you believe you can have it, you start to loosen up any restrictions that you have around living the life that you want to be living. So when we do that, when we start to tap into and allow ourselves to write about how we want to be living, we begin to connect with that part of ourselves that's already there. And I know this might sound a little woo-woo or trippy, but stay with me. We have a lot of potential realities that could happen. I could go out to the store today and meet a new friend. Or I could go out to the store today and watch somebody get in an argument. I could go out to the store today and get in a fender bender. There are a lot of possible realities that I can experience and that you can experience. When we write down where we want to be, we create a relationship between the here and now and the future that we want. And so when we do that, we then start to stream a part of our consciousness to that spot, to that reality, to that vision. Once we start doing that, we have the potential to keep doing that. And when we continue doing that, we make it stronger. When we continue engaging with the vision of where we want to be, we start to notice all of the ingredients, all of the requirements of that vision become more readily available. they become more obvious, they start to stand out because we're keeping our focus on where we're headed. And yeah, we're human. Stuff comes up, we forget, we lose touch, but it's impossible to lose touch entirely when you keep yourself connected with where you want to be. So writing down where you want to be is the first step. Like I said, do the exercise of writing down your wants and why you believe you can have those things if you're feeling a little clogged in that area. Next step in activating that vision. Remember that I said once you write it down, you are tapping into that energy of the future. Now your job is to stay in a relationship with that future. Just like we stay in relationship with spirit, by communicating with spirit, creating a sacred space to connect with spirit, talking to spirit, we create a relationship with our future. So once you have that written down, put it in your sacred space and read it every day. It takes 30 seconds, a minute to read that. And when you read that, see yourself in that space, in the house that you want to be living in the relationship where you're thriving, in the job that you want to be living or doing, living on purpose. If you're not sure what that looks like, that's okay. You can still get there. You can still get where you want to be without knowing all of the details. What you can do is tap into the feeling that you want to be feeling. You don't have to know all the details. How do you want to feel in your day-to-day life? That's really what drives us to create a vision. It drives us to go places. It drives us to make decisions. It's not so much the end result or a material result of the end result, but how we want to feel. I'm sorry, that didn't make sense. How we want to feel is underpins all of our wantings, our needs, and our goals. So if you're not clear on what your vision is, that's okay. Or if you are clear on what your vision is, that's okay. I want you to tap into how you want to feel. 3 feelings, 3 main feelings that you want to feel when you're living your ideal life. Okay. So you've got your vision, you have your feelings. Spend 3 to 5 minutes each day in a space that's calming. If you have a sacred space, that's the place to do it. Looking at that vision and thinking about those feelings, seeing yourself there. When you do this in your sacred space, you are saying to spirit, I'm serious about this. This is what I want. I'm so serious about it. I'm going to spend some energy around it. I'm going to spend some time and energy in this space so that you can help me to make this real. Not to say that you can't sit and do this somewhere else. You could, of course, do it in your car. You could, of course, do it in your bathroom. You can do it anywhere. But when you couple your vision, how you want to feel, with sitting in a place that's dedicated to spirit, it's a win-win. So you'll want to do that every day. It keeps you in relationship with where you want to be. And you'll start to notice that you have new awarenesses around your vision and where you want to be. You'll start to notice that you start to get clearer on what you want and what you don't want. And you'll notice that the action steps that you need to take to get where you want to be become clearer and clearer and clearer. And what you can do is ask Spirit to guide you. Ask Spirit to bless up this vision. You're in relationship with the vision. You're in relationship with Spirit. Spirit helps you with that vision. So that is how we can really start to practice practical steps. That's how we can take practical steps to create the reality that we want to be living. Having our heart's desire, or living our joy, doesn't happen by accident. We don't just sit around and wait for Spirit to give it to us. It doesn't happen like that, at least not in this reality. That may happen like that in the movies or in some woo-woo version of manifestation, but it really doesn't happen that way in everyday life. How it happens is we find a vision, we stoke the vision, and we ask Spirit to help us to bring that vision to life. So I hope this makes sense. I'm pretty sure this is clear. What we do to create a life that we want to be living is we create a vision, we write it down, we include the feelings that we want to be feeling in that vision, and then we spend time in our sacred space stoking that vision, being in a relationship with it and asking Spirit to guide the process. And that, my friends, is our training for this month. I can't wait to hear your questions, and I can't wait to hear how this unfolds for you. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.